What's up with y'all, man? So they're reporting and rumors are circulating that they're trying to do Devin Haney versus Liam Paro in Australia for December the 7th. Let me talk about that in this video. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Catch me live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm also live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on Sundays. And if you want to debate, knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is the email, or you can come by the channel while we live. We can debate right then and there. Devin the Dream Haney, Liam Paro, December the 7th in Australia for Liam Paro's IBF Championship of the World at 140 pounds. Number one, I think it's smart. It's some smart shit, some dumb shit, some cap. A lot of things I want to address about this fight potentially happening in this video. Number one, it's smart to fight Liam Paro from the perspective of staying at 140 pounds. Number one, because Devin Haney is just not powerful enough. He doesn't have enough physical attributes to be fighting the bigger, stronger guys at 147 pounds. I maintain here on this channel, I always say, when you get your ass beat on, the last thing you need to do is go fight bigger, stronger, faster people. Right? So, again, I understand the no contest. I've been beating the drum that Devin Haney deserves that no contest. Ryan Garcia is a cheater. He's trash for that shit. He deserves to be an undefeated fighter, but that doesn't change the fact the punishment that he took, what we saw with our eyes, the holes in his game, and just what happened in that fight. It's all over YouTube. Devin Haney is still suffering the mental and physical damage from it. We can't forget that, right? Even though he's an undefeated fighter, he got the no contest. I'm sure mentally he probably don't feel like an undefeated fighter, right? So we can never go too far away from that. But with that being said, it's smart for him to try to continue the campaign at 140 instead of 147 because he's just not strong enough, hit hard enough, and he's just not good enough to be at 147 in my opinion. He is a guy whose bread is going to be buttered for as long as he can make lower weight classes and try to have physical advantages over guys. That's just my opinion. You can call it hate. Y'all can get mad. It's Devin Haney, the Hanos clan, Complainos clan, as a lot of y'all like to do. He's just not good enough to be trying to fight a Jerron Buchanan at 147 or the Montestanianis at 147. Like, he get dog walked, in my opinion. We'll see. If he does end up fighting at 147, we'll have that conversation when that time comes. So I do think it's smart from the perspective of, number one, I don't think he's big and strong enough for 147. Number two, that's where the big fights are at, around 135, around 140. So when you think of a Teofimo Lopez, when you think of a Shakur Stevenson, when you think of a Tank Davis, all of the big fights are going to be at 135, 140 for the next 3 to 4 years. 147 got Jerron Boots in this, and that's a one-way ticket to you getting your ass stomped on if you Devin Haney, right? And it's not even really that big of a fight right now because Boots in this ain't got the name that we want him to have, obviously, as fight fans. So, and then after that, then what? There's nothing that, all the big names at 147, they fighting at 154 right now. And you know damn well you don't want Devin at 154 if you're a Devin Haney fan. Like, forget about it. It's like 8 to 10 people that fuck him up off the top of my head at 154 pounds, bro. So we gonna leave that shit alone. We ain't gotta talk about that. So it's smart just because of his physical attributes, because of the weaknesses that he has in the ring, for him to try to continue the campaign at 140. And because that's where all the big fights are. So that's why it's smart to me that he's campaigning at 140. But I gotta admit, and I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the fact that fighting Liam Paro for Liam IBF belt after having dropped your WBC belt and this fight not being a unification fight just further drives home the fact and lets me know that the take's still aging like fine wine around this way because it looks stupid in a motherfucker. You were a champion. You could have fought your mandatory and you could go into a Liam Paro fight as a champion and unify. And you could have took an easier touch against Sandor Martin. Defend your belt against Sandor Martin coming off of the Ryan Garcia loss. Keep your belt as champion. Then go into a unification with Liam Paro. And the fight is bigger. Maybe you don't have to go to Australia to get the fight done. Versus now you're the challenger and you got to go to Australia to get the fight done. And that's the stupid part of it, right? That's the part where it's like, dog, you should have kept your belt. You should have went ahead and took that money, fought Sandor Martin. You ain't got to worry about him beating you up. You ain't got to worry about him knocking you out. He's a back-footed southpaw. that ain't got a whole lot of power, you can try to get some kinks out. You can box your way. You can work on your jab. You can try to work on your feints. You can work on your foot movement. You can do some things with Sandor Martin that you're not going to be able to do with Liam Paro. He's going to press the action on your ass. So that's the part of it that looked dumb to me. I did see an article where Eddie Hearn said this, so I do want to talk about it. And this is a flat out lie. This is not a unification fight because Devin Haney is the champion in recess. The minute that Devin Haney was taken into recess and requested the recess status, Alberto Puello has been upgraded to full-time WBC champion, right? So Alberto Puello is already ordered, and Mauricio Suleiman has already told us that the fight between Alberto Puello and Sandor Martin is already done. That fight is ordered. That fight is done. Alberto Puello is making his title defense against Sandor Martin. He is the WBC champion. Okay? There is no unification between Liam Paro and Devin Haney, which makes another thing that could be stupid in this regard. Since it's not a unification, the IBF has a 10-pound rehydration limit the next morning of the fight. So Devin Haney, not only is he going to Australia, not only is he fighting for a title in the IBF, which is going to put him up with a rehydration limit, it just makes it look even stupider that he dropped his belt, because if he was still WBC champion, he could actually avoid the rehydration limit, which plays to his advantage because he's a naturally bigger guy trying to make 140 pounds. So Eddie Hearn is lying to the people, and that's why I probably don't really think Devin Haney is going to take this fight for real if he's smart, because Devin Haney making 140 and then only being able to rehydrate up to 150 the morning of the fight, that's going to do nothing but hurt him. Like, this is a guy that makes 140 in a Regis Pro grade fight. He weighed 165 the night of the fight. The Ryan Garcia fight, he made 140. He got so big the next day, he didn't even want them to do the day of the fight weigh-in, right? So him having an IBF 10-pound rehydration limit is only going to hurt him. So that's the stupid part of it. You going to Australia because you dropped your belt, you're going to have a 10-pound rehydration limit, and you in a one-on fight with Eddie Hearn. The other dumb part, if it's me, I respect the warrior shit. I respect that you want to be champion again, that you might be willing to step into the ring with Liam Paro and do that things and do that. But do you trust Eddie Hearn after how he has turncoat on your ass? Do you really, if think about it, as a fan of boxing, or just put yourself in Devin Haney's shoes, after all of the love and loyalty that you showed Eddie Hearn, having him part of the Ryan Garcia shit when you didn't have to be, coming back to him after you said you would come back to him when you had to go off the top rank and get that deal and you came back to him for the Regis fight. Are you really trusting him in a one-fight deal where he's making you fight Liam Paro in Australia? You on a one-fight deal. Liam Paro is signed to him long-term. Number one, that in and of itself, you don't fucking trust. But the second part of that is, look at how Eddie has behaved since you lost to Ryan Garcia. He ain't bid on your fight with Sandor Martin. He talked about how if he bid on the fight, he ain't trying to lose money on you. He been saying that you ain't no real promoter. You a fake-ass promoter only in name. He done turned coat on the Ryan Garcia situation about Ryan Garcia popping dirty, saying that he was only just trying to make weight and cut weight. Do you really want to do business with Eddie Hearn? Do you really trust Eddie Hearn in this situation if you Devin Haney? Or do you not just give a fuck and you think you're going to watch Liam Paro so bad that you won't have to look out for your own best interest? That would be stupid. Even if you are supremely confident that you are going to watch Liam Paro, Devin Haney, his fans, his father, anybody negotiating for him, have to learn from his mistakes of, I think I'm going to watch Ryan Garcia. I'm highly confident. I'm on a different level than Ryan Garcia. And you take bullshit sandwich after bullshit sandwich after bullshit sandwich, and it come back to bite you in the ass when what happened with Ryan Garcia happened with Ryan Garcia. He played games with the scales, played you on the weight, had the Osterine shit, and now even though you got a no contest, you were known for what Ryan Garcia did to you in the ring. Win, lose, or draw, no contest aside, people are still fucking with you about that shit right there. So do you learn from that? And you should learn from that and make sure that Eddie Hearn don't do the same shit to you that Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia did to you, because right now it looks like the game of boxing is trying to chew Devin Haney up and spit him the fuck out and looking at him and his daddy like a bunch of marks. Eddie Hearn already said he thought that y'all were naive in negotiations with Ryan Garcia. Now he's trying to make you fight Liam Paro December 7th in Australia. You think he's having Liam Paro make the first defense of his title in his hometown because he wanted him to lose when he got Liam Paro for multiple fights and he only got you for one fight? Okay, bro. I'm just saying, be careful. And all of this shit is cap. Eddie Hearn is capping, trying to get Devin Haney to sign that Liam Paro fight. Then when they come to find out, do your research, goddammit. Devin, Bill, do your fucking research. I don't even like y'all like that. But do your goddamn research, because what Eddie Hearn told y'all about the WBC champion and reset status, it's a fucking lie. It's not a unification fight. Y'all will be fighting under the IBF rules, meaning you will have a 10-pound rehydration limit if you take that fight. And he wants you to go to Australia to do it. And he already showed that he's not to be trusted, that he really don't fuck with you like that. He was just trying to make money off you. That's why he didn't bid on the Sandor Martin fight. That's why he didn't, that's why he was talking all the shit that he been talking since that fight. And everything he said to Andre Ward about you, tread carefully, dog. Y'all better, Devin fans, y'all, before y'all get too excited about this shit, tread carefully, dog. Tread carefully, dog. This is why it was important for him to keep his championship status, because he would have a leg to stand on in negotiations. This is why it was important for him to keep his championship status, so it would be a unification fight, so that he wouldn't have to worry about no rehydration limits. This is why all of that was important. He should have signed up, fought Sandor Martin, and then fought Liam Paro if he was going to move that way and unify the belts. Because now he's going to have to double back, and if he still wants to be undisputed at 140 pounds, if he still wants to get his status back as WBC champion, he's going to have to fight the winner of Alberto Puello and Sandor Martin anyway, when you should have just defended against Sandor Martin and went into the Liam Paro fight. So a lot of bad moves, a lot of stupid shit going on, but what I will say is that it is smart to stay at 140 pounds, because that's where all the big fights are at in the future for Devin Haney. And it is smart to stay at 140 pounds, because he's just not strong enough. He's just not big enough for 147 pounds. Them dudes will fuck him up. So those are my thoughts on everything. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment below, smash the like, sub to the channel. We'll see y'all soon. We about this thing. Peace out.